Hi, this is Kharma, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Get some love! Woo, yeah!
With Kinny, Killa.
Hey, yo! We're in the big D-Day, baby, and we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best ever will be! Cause that's the bottom line! The Stone Cold Censor!
Oh, son of a bitch, you just heard the glass shatter like I was playing NBA Jam on my fucking Super Nintendo. Boom, shakalaka. That's right, it's Sunday, it's episode 82. It's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast, and I am the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram, Kinny, Killa, and I'm always kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Newport Knight. It's the Wash Wizard, it's the gal them sugar shugs.
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, now today, people, we have three lovely guests. I'd like to start off with the cookie cutter podcaster himself, Mr. Michael Cook.
Hello.
Master of the top rope elbow. You know who's busting them fucking top rope elbows. It's only Steve Dawson.
Ooh, yeah.
And we have the Irish commodity herself. That's right, it's Vicky Earls.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Vicky?
Good. You?
Yeah. I'm grand.
You're grand? Oh, don't start. Jesus Christ.
Nah, I'm good. I'm all good. I'm all good. So how's things anyway, man? Like, how's work? How's everything? How's everything going? You know, you still watching the wrestling?
Yeah, I stayed up this week and it killed me.
Oh.
I was dead for 2 days after, but yeah, power through. Fell asleep once through the Divas. That's it. So.
Well, the reason I ask if you're still watching wrestling because it's the viable question to ask the people right now because Raw is absolutely shit. So, yeah. Well, I mean, we have to do something in it. So at the end of the day, we're too legit to quit. We'll keep on watching the shit. Steve, what happened to Arsenal yesterday, bruv? Fucking Abel Hernandez happened. That's what happened.
You had to ask. You had to ask, mate. Fucking hell, they're just a kind of shit at the moment.
Mertesacker just looked like a long string piece of shit back there yesterday.
You've got that guy Welbs to save you.
Yeah, Welbeck, loving Welbeck.
Just to say, on FIFA, Mertesacker pace 34. 34 shugs.
That sounds about right.
Sounds like that Clarkson piece, man.
Oh man, but yeah, how you been anyway, man? I know we've been talking about the whole progress stuff and about WrestleCon and stuff. So yeah, what's the deal? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm going to Southside Wrestling next week in Stevenage. That'll be quite good. I'm meeting Chris Masters and Huckle Holly and getting a few autographs off them.
Oh, bruv, you need to go on location for Sunday Segue and get a little cup, at least a minute to saying something with them, like
get a little interview or something.
Yeah.
I'll stand by you.
Oh man, Michael, Cookie, welcome back. I know obviously we've been doing our shtick on the round table, but you're back on the Segue. What's happening, brother?
Oh, it's okay. I've been busy writing for the magazine and doing first aid courses all over the place. So.
Yeah. Travel to Middlesbrough. No, where was it? Was it Middlesbrough?
Middlesbrough, yeah. Miles away.
It's in a Sainsbury's as well. Oh shit. Well, how what you writing your piece on this month then?
Dean Ambrose. So it's going to be like a Dean Ambrose special, I think. Because I think Daz has got a piece on him as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But why not, Dean Ambrose?
Exactly, it's about Dean Ambrose. Shugs, he is walking into managerial boots. Tell the people what's happening with your new managerial career, doing your UEFA B license. Yeah, let the people know.
Well, obviously I'm still waiting. I've got an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon on next Monday, I think, to see what's going on with my knee. So until then, I'm just, keeping the benches warm, making sure the players are inspired. I'm there as a voice of reason and inspiration. I've been there and done it. I'm like Ric Flair.
Woo!
So like they just listen to me, and then they're just inspired and just go out and do it.
So
A bit like Evolution.
What was the score yesterday?
We won 3-0.
But
That's
there you
3
go.
on the bench, 3-8-3. I'm 100%.
Don't mess about. Shugs
From
is
the
doing it.
bench.
Shugs is doing it for the black managers out there.
Exactly.
You know, there's not a lot of them
Paul
right
Ince.
now.
I'm repping Paul Ince.
Yeah, Paul Ince.
That's it. That's the only one I can think of. Paul Ince.
Keith Curl.
Keith Curl. Terry Connor.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Exactly.
What's
There's
the
not a lot.
Norwich
Chris
guy?
Houghton.
That's
Chris
the
Houghton.
one, yeah, Chris Houghton.
Bad man, Chris Houghton.
My girlfriend actually said to me, I think when you're older, you look a bit like Chris Houghton. And I was just like, fuck you.
The high top, love it.
Harry Lennox and Chris Houghton.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, if you want to know what Shugs looks like, just look at Harry Lennox, and that is what Shugs looks like. The guy from fucking the third installment of The Matrix. That dude. Yeah, he looks like him. Anyway, let's get into the into the show, I should say, intro, Twitter, you can make sure you follow us on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue is spelled Segue. Please also like us on Facebook, email us, that's SundaySegue@gmail.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also rate us on iTunes, listen to us on Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, Mixcloud, and don't forget to download that Double Twist player. Now, so today is our part 2 interview with Kharma. Whoa, we ended the first one last week on a bit of an emotional one, so we had to break so she could compose herself a little bit, because she, it was a bit emotional, and then we started to go again. So this next part, you'll learn about her in TNA, WWE, and her future plans. Also, Beat the Clock semi-final 1, me versus Steve. Steve is my bogeyman. Let's see what happens.
I'm the boogeyman. I'm coming to get you, Kinny.
So let's go on to shout-outs. You know the deal. If I can't fit all of you in, I should be able to fit all of you in, because there's only a few this time. Right, shout-outs. Shout-out to at Rollins Real. Shout-out to Shady L. Zeki. Shout-out to Harry D. Monkey. Joseph F. Feeney III. Andrew Artbuckle. James 2 Unlimited. Yes, he is Jay Simmons, one half of the Irish tag team duo known as 2 Unlimited. And yeah, that's it. So everyone got in. Keep following us. Right, Shugs, any shout-outs?
To at Newport YMCA FC, representing 3-0. Let's go.
Cookie.
Well, it's got to be Billy, isn't it? Billy triple to me.
Yeah. Bill, our mate Bill, he's going to be on the show with us on the 1st of November. Oh, I know you probably did catch the last, our show last week, Cookie. Now, didn't John Cooper sound like Billy?
That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, is that Bill? Is that Bill?
He sounded exactly like him, man.
More effing and jeffing, but
yeah.
I loved it though.
Steve, any shout-outs?
Shout out to Bingus and a shout out to Alexis Sanchez. I love you very much.
Yeah, Vicky, any shout-outs?
Just Tim, Tony, Josh, wrestling news source columnists that are let go. Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed. Shout out to Bingus, man. I was on the phone to him for about an hour last night. Jeez. The guy's super excited, but I'll let him tell you his ish. Anywho, I like to give my shout outs, to our partners in crime, Max Wrestling Magazine. Now, Dazzy, Craig, got to give you guys a clap, because the last issue has reached over 500 views, the most they've ever reached. So, that's due to hard work and dedication and the partnership that we have with them now. So make sure you check them out, guys. You can go to maxwrestling.weebly.com. Also, shout out to wrestlingnewssource.com. Richard Hughes. Don't say anything obscene, Vicky.
No.
Also give a shout out to our new partners, WrestlingVideoNews.com, where you can get all your news about the latest releases on all your wrestling DVDs and videos and whatnot. Shout out to John Clarkson. I have to give a shout out to Jason Clarkson if I'm going to say John Clarkson as well. So shout out to aka D'Lo Brown. All right, so we're gonna get into Raw. Shugs, just play my music out off the bat for fucking Willie Mack and Justin Roberts, just straight off the bat. So, Justin Roberts, you are gonna release your best fucking announcer, right? For what? You're gonna release your best announcer just because fucking Michael Cole couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut, and all of a sudden, reactions. He goes crying to Kevin the Dick Dunn. Boom, you're gone in a couple of hours. Oh my God, where are you going with this? Who's taking over? What, fucking Big Byron? Fuck off, man. Come on. Like, jeez. Anywho, Willie Mack. The guy didn't even make it onto NXT. He barely scraped. The ink isn't even dry on that contract, and he got let go. This guy is sick, and you let him go. Obviously, I don't know why, but the same reasons. Like, come on, this guy's sick. He could have been another major heel in this game, and you flopped it. You let him go. Guarantee he finds his way back in the next year or so. Oh, jeez. Anywho, let's just get into Raw. Segment 1, Ambrose, Cena, Authority, plus the tag team match. Shugs, we start Raw with, Ambrose running down Cena. Cena comes out, talks more shit as usual. What did you think of their opening exchanges this week to last week?
I just think, they do have, like, sort of a decent chemistry, because it's just, like, Ambrose sort of, like, looks like he sort of respects Cena, but doesn't give a fuck at the same time. He's just got that Ambrose where, like, I don't really want to fight you, but if we have to fight you, you're getting fucked up, and I don't care, And that's how he comes across, like, he doesn't really, he's got no beef with Cena, but if he keeps on running his mouth, he's gonna have to fucking put his foot in his ass.
yeah, it's a lot, it's more real, because the thing is, if someone's chatting to you like that, you'll be like, yo, you better hold yourself. No matter who you are, you'll just be like, you just better shut the hell up. Not going on like some cowardly heel and just kind of like not even stepping up to the mark. So that's what I like about Ambrose. He's just being real, whether he's a face or a heel. He's just going to tell it like it is. You keep chatting shit, and I'm going to knock you out. Steve, we've heard like slight comparisons between Ambrose and Austin. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin, not Charlie Austin from QPR. What's your thoughts on, whether they should kind of let the shackles off just a little bit more on Ambrose and, bring more depth to his character?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ambrose is probably my favourite guy on the mic at the moment. He's just brilliant. I mean, we all know how promos work in WWE. They're given a script, aren't they? And Ambrose, when you listen to him talk, it doesn't feel like he's actually reading from a script. It feels like he's all his own work. I mean, like that's what Bray Wyatt does as well. I just loving his work. It's very similar to Austin back in the day.
Yeah, it is really good. I don't know. I just get this inkling that it's not all him. Like, he's got a lot more to give. By ad-libbing, you know what I mean? He's just got a lot more to give by coming off the script, and I just feel like he's still kind of holding on a little bit, but we'll see, hopefully within his development as time goes on, because obviously he's only been on the main roster for 2 years, so he's got loads of time to come. Vicky, we get a three-way tag match after, out of this whole thing, with Cena and Ambrose, Usos and the Dust Brothers. It was an interesting match to start off Raw with. What did you think of the match?
Rubbish. Straight off. I just thought it was odd. It kind of goes to show how bad the tag team division is too, but I just didn't enjoy it at all. It was stupid. Yep. It was like a quick minute decision. It didn't feel, I don't know, just shit.
You didn't feel it was like it was a natural match to be done, like to kind of just throw the Usos and the Dust Brothers in with Cena and Ambrose kind of thing, because what tends to happen with this kind of thing is that the titles would have been on the line, and then Cena and Ambrose would have come up with the titles like that old shit that they used to do,
like Austin and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Have a feud as well at the same time.
So I'm glad that did happen. What about the dives off the top rope, Vic? Cena looks so stiff.
He's horrible. Just go away.
Oh, good.
Just over it.
Cookie, I thought the Usos and Dust Brothers, they, even though the match wasn't all good, they had a really good showing in this match. But did, a Cena and Ambrose win hurt the division at all?
Well, yeah, because they beat the champions. Why do this? It's so stupid. But I thought that the two actual tag teams didn't get outshone by these two main eventers. I think they had a good showing. But why use the champions like that?
Yeah, I hear that.
That's what I mean about quick decision. Like, was it just a spur of the moment match? Like, was it a last minute? Just didn't feel natural, or shite.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, when you look at it, right? They probably, the writers, Ranjit Singh and all them, they probably write this shit like a week or two before, and then it gets to like the day or the day before, and Vince is like, no, I'm not having that, and just like tear the whole shit up, like, and then just, I don't know why they did it, but anyway, before we go to the next segment, Shugs, I know you've been listening to the Law this week, well, you usually do. Have you heard, right, the soundtrack for fucking 2K15 with like, what's it called, Cena singing with Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah, I heard the song. They played it on Review Away, didn't they? And they played it on NXT.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, John Cena, they were just saying about how John Cena was better than Wiz Khalifa.
I didn't get that. I thought, John Cena sounded off key. Like, the thing is, he doesn't even sound like old school Cena. Like, even that album, he sounded kind of like...
Sounds like he's doing an interview. Yeah.
It's a bit weird, but yeah, people, if you want to have a laugh, just check that out some way, somehow. John Cena featuring...
Apparently it's the most anticipated album soundtrack ever.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on. Segment 2, Ziggler versus Randy Orton. Now, Shugs, for me, this was the match of the night. Started off slow though. Not gonna lie, started off slow. Crowd were just into it like they've always been in the last couple of weeks with Ziggler matches. What was your thoughts on the match?
It just shows where Ziggler, I think, should be on the card. That he should be higher up than he is, because he seems to be sort of in the Cesaro spot where they'll put him in now to have a good match to make somebody else look good. So because they don't want us to forget about Randy Orton all of a sudden, they put him in a match with Ziggler to make him look good. So I just think that it showcased how good Ziggler was, and we know that when Orton can be bothered, he's really good. But yeah, I thought it was the best match of the night really as well.
What about that dirty RKO, blood?
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's just
out of nowhere
gone viral, mate, haven't he? Randy Orton, after 12 years on top, he's gone viral.
I can't get enough of those, I can't. It's just too sick.
Bloody no.
Vicky, Vicky, was it you that put something up on the group yesterday? The evolution into an RKO?
Yeah, I think you posted 20 of them. I'm like, oh god.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. This is too much. I just love it. And then I got all of them all in one, so I just posted that up. But it's too funny. It's just too funny. How are you gonna have an RKO on a giraffe? How are you gonna?
An Irish one. There's there's an Irish one where it was a couple of years ago. A news reporter slipped on the news. It was live, and they did an RKO on him. It was just so funny.
There's one with a tag team with Austin as well. He just stunners and oh man.
It's the way the animation's so shit, and you see his head pop out of the corner, and then he comes running. He comes running across to do the RKO.
There was actually a RKO goal celebration up in Scotland yesterday. Did you see that one?
United
did
one after he scored a goal.
Oh, sick. No, there's another one where there's he's got his head on a snake. It's in the corner, just his head on the snake, after he's done the RKO. It's just, yeah, I love it, man. But now they're coming up with loads of new ones. So, Steve, now for the match, Orton says that he wants to face the guy who doesn't go on to face Rollins. Why? I thought this explanation was just bullshit.
Yeah, there's no explanation for it at all. I mean, we all know how many times Cena and Orton have faced each other. The match of the Rumble went down like a lead balloon, and they're even saying that this might even be the main event ahead of Rollins and Ambrose. And I mean, there's just no reason for it. I don't get why they're fighting.
This just shows how thin the roster is. I still don't. Obviously, I understand that a lot of these guys ain't coming up because they're saying that they haven't got anything concrete for them. But at the same time, build something. Just do something, because it just looks shocking right now. Everything just looks so shocking. There's like nothing new. It's like...
This is why Wyatt should have beaten Cena for occasions like this when somebody's injured.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have had a Hell in a Cell match with Cena or something. But they don't think ahead to this.
No, or they try to, and then Vince just like, I'm not having that. Like,
they panic. I think they panic too much. They just don't want to invest enough into the new talent. Yeah. Even though they're doing well, they don't want to invest in them because they're panicking about money and are like, will this sell? And, you know, there's so much behind with their decisions, but they're stupid.
Like, just imagine when El Generico comes up. Just imagine when Sami Zayn comes up. The type of matches, like, it'd just be different. It would just be different, and I just can't wait for that. All right, let's go on to the next segment, which was Rollins versus Swagger. I mean, Rollins came out whilst Orton was fighting Ziggler. I know Sugs loves this shit. Just curb stomp, just because he can. Just curb stomp Ziggler just because he can. But Vicky, I thought the match between Rollins and Ziggler, it could have been a lot better than it was. Do you think the same?
Yeah, there's definitely some potential there to improve, but I didn't think it was that bad. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I didn't hate it, you know. But of course, I love, you know, Seth. He's awesome.
No, there's no doubt in that.
I just wanted to be a fangirl for a moment, you know. Oh dear. No, I liked it, and I kind of don't mind Orton and Rollins doing that to each other's matches. I think that could be interesting. Like, I'm trying to be positive here.
I know it's hard, you know, to be positive with this kind of rubbish happening. But Michael, you know, everyone is kind of wondering when Rollins will cash in. You know, can you think of, you know, a way for him to kind of cash in and make the biggest impact possible?
Well, he's not going to be able to do it until Lesnar comes back off his 7 years vacation. But I don't know, maybe it'd have to be WrestleMania or something. Maybe Ambrose wins it and he cashes in straight away, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But Lesnar's going to come back.
He's coming back for Rumble. He must be coming back for Rumble, but against who? And I hope it's not fucking Big Show.
Isn't he advertised for the Slammies, though? When is that?
The Slammies?
I heard it's going to be Cena again.
I don't know when the Slammies. It's normally in November, like, but the thing is, the Slammies. Why would he be back for the Slammies?
To win Superstar of the Year. Kidding. I stole that from James Powers. I mean Johnny Vegas.
Oh man, Johnny Vegas.
He sounds like Johnny Vegas.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's joke. That's joke. All right. Okay. Next segment. Sorry, I'm just laughing because Sugs gripped me, yamming a sweet. He's always managing to hear me, like, just like with him. Like, I always know when he's yamming something, when he's eating something.
We all heard you doing that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh, I was like, what the hell is that noise?
Oh, shit. It's me yamming a Marwam. We've got a Marwam. Marwam. M-A-O-A-M. All right, that's enough advertising. All right, so let's go on to segment 4, Big Show versus Rusev. Shugs, this is a double. Play my music. Oh my god, these two guys. Why do we have to watch these two face off against each other? With this other people that Rusev can face. What I don't like, what in what mind do they think that Rusev versus Big Show, would be a good match to watch? Not even that. How the hell can the Big Show get Rusev over? How is Rusev over against the Big Show? That don't make any sense. You get him in an accolade, but he still knocks you out. How does that get him over? It doesn't make any sense. And then you have Mark Henry, you have the whole, double. It doesn't get him over at all. It doesn't get him over. He shouldn't be facing Big Show because Big Show right about now is just like, should not be on TV. He should not be on TV anymore. He's done because you failed to keep him as a main attraction, as a special attraction. You failed in that right. So he's just shit now. He's just too overused. It's just dead in the water. It's just dead in the water. in the war. So yeah, just fucking yeah. Let's just move on to Sheamus.
From bad to worse.
Rusev should move on to Sheamus. That's who he should be facing. It's the natural progression. The US title. Go after the US title. Just do that, you know? Like he can't desecrate the US flag, but he can desecrate the US title.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go into segment 5, which was The Miz versus Sheamus. Steve, am I right by saying that the only reason you watched this match was because of MizDow?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's overtaken Miz, isn't he? I mean, this is what Sandow has got after shoveling shit for 6 months or however long it is, doing all these sort of silly costume gimmicks. And fair play to him. He's done. He's like he took the ball and ran with the shit ball, but he's been saddled with the stunt double thing, and he's just knocking it out of the park. And I'm actually a little disappointed that Miz lost the belt to Ziggler, because I think a MizDow feud over the IC belt would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that would have been joke, man. Shugs, oh man, like we said before, Sandow, you know, he's gone from fucking eating shit to drinking piss to just whiffing a fart now. Where does it go to now? What's he doing now? Where's he at now?
Yeah, well, like Steve said, the next thing is going to be the Miz feud, but it would be good if you could get the IC title back, you know, because I think he deserves it, like, you know, after what he's been shoveling all this shit, like you said, you know, and now he's more just being cupcaked and that's the level he's on. So he's gone from eating shit to just getting that little cupcake of a fart on his face.
Yeah, he's bypassed the teabag in his face, and he's kind of just, yeah, he's okay now. He's getting there. He's getting there. He's reaching the pinnacle. But, you know, after MizDow's antics, which I loved, like, outside the ring, Sheamus gets counted out, and, you know, we hat-trick of the night as all the bloody champions lose on the show. What's up with that?
It's either a DQ finish or count out. Nobody gets pinned anymore. It's just bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Isn't it weird how MizDow versus nobody outside the ring is more over than the Miz versus Sheamus match? I hope the Miz doesn't think folk are cheering him and MizDow. It's MizDow that's over here, not you, Miz.
Oh, man. I'm not going to talk about no divas. Sorry, Nene. You know what? I love me some Real Housewives of Atlanta just because they be crazy. They be crazy. Yo. So, you know, they Atlanta women are nuts. They'll be dashing out weave, everything. So, you know, I love me some Real Housewives of Atlanta, but, you know, Nene she didn't do too much this time, which was cool. I wanted her to smack the shit out of Cameron, like, because she just towering over her, but I'm not going to talk about no divas. We're going to go into the next segment, which is Bray Wyatt video promo. Cookie, we've seen a number of vignettes now for Wyatt, but this was the very first one that we saw for Bray. What did you get from this promo?
Well, it's more mystery. I really don't. Is he bringing somebody else in, like the Ascension or somebody? But it's, I don't know. Is it too late for a revamped Wyatt? Unless he's going to be a babyface, because I've really gone off him. Mm-hmm. I'm just hoping maybe I don't know. It's just a shame. Screw you, Cena.
It's weird because there's no one to work with, but there's no one to work with because they haven't done his creative side in a way where he can face someone where there doesn't have to be this big elaborate reason to why he's fighting them. They just need a reason. Like, for instance, obviously Cena, he's like, oh, you know, he talks about this. Look at him in the vignettes. He talks about the society and how, you know, they left him aside and so on and so on. He can introduce that to anyone. He can do that. Like, obviously Cena, you know, you talk about Cena, how he's part of this society and he's the top dog and all this kind of stuff. That's cool. But he can with Orton do the same thing with other people, but it's the way they something where they can, it's an easy go-to. They've done it too mysterious, too kind of Kane, you know, mysterious kind of way. So it just doesn't make sense where he's facing certain people. Vicky, the way WWE shot these promos, they're just amazing. And, if there was a trailer for a movie, I swear down I would watch it. I would watch it because it just, man. I thought it was like, when I first saw it, I thought it was something taken from American Horror Story.
I love that show.
Like, so sick. But, yeah, Bray. Who could Bray go to? Who could he actually go to next? Who could he come in with? Would he come in and squash people and start, spouting out more, more of his speeches, more of his promos, or would he actually come in and kind of just like take someone out, kidnap someone, and start a promo properly?
I think I'd like to see him do more like squash, like wrestling. I loved his promos, but I got a bit fed up with them. They're all the same after a while. I didn't really get, like, I don't know, I didn't get excited by him, so when he disappeared, I didn't miss him, but now these promos, these videos are just like, oh god, I'm actually interested again, I almost don't want him to bring someone with him. I hope it's just him by himself,
Yeah,
kick ass.
I want to see Sister Abigail. Come out with Sister Abigail.
It would be different.
You know what I'm saying? Come out with Sister Abigail. Because that character, it will obviously be a female, and that character, it'd just be so different, Because it's a female playing that role. It'll just be so different. Bring out Sister Abigail. Make her say, just tell the universe, why she's let Bray Wyatt onto the world. Just say something, Right, let's move on. Main event already. That's right, we're at main event because there's so much rubbish on this show that we don't have to talk about it. So, and if you don't like it, you can chuck in the slap nuts. So main event, Cena, John Cena versus Ambrose, in a contract on a pole, no holds barred match, which King had problems with saying the whole night. The whole night. Paul on a match. And, JBL kept having to say this bacon. Shugs, this is the most stupidest match ever. Like, it's worse than a Punjabi prison match. Like, that's how bad it is. Why didn't they just have another match?
That
would have been better to end Raw.
I suppose they want to do something different, don't they? And this is what they came up with. This is what the geniuses at WWE came up with.
It reeked of like WCW, like I don't know if a lot of you've seen that footage of when they had some like cage match with Abdullah the Butcher getting electric shock and the fucking handle falls off and all that stuff. It seems something like that because how many times did we see Ambrose not climb it just seems stupid. It just seems stupid. If Cena gets thrown up the ring, we all know it doesn't. We see the bloody cruiserweights jump up onto the top rope, let alone bloody. You know what I mean? Like, struggling to climb a top rope. It's just dumb. It's just
They're divas.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Steve, match was shit, obviously. We hear, well, in my view, we hear all about, them wanting to protect Cena. Like, why? Why? Because nothing will happen if the fucker loses.
Yeah, I don't know why they're being so protective. Cena has been around for 13 years, maybe, and I think now's the time for him to start, sort of winding down and start putting people over, because they need to build. Everything's no secret. They need to build for the future. They can't just build people up only for them to have them squashed by Cena. And no, I just don't understand why Cena's still getting this mega push all these years later.
Yeah, so this is a bit out of place, their roster's thin, they need to elevate people, have Ambrose beaten properly. It will only elevate Ambrose, surely. Vicky, you sound like you want to say something.
No.
Oh, okay.
I will say something, though.
Yeah, go for it.
I wasn't even moving. That was somebody else breathing. No, I was just thinking, and didn't they kind of have Cena pass the torch to Brian, and then Brian gets injured, so they're like panic mode, put Cena back in, with these big feuds and stuff. That's what I kind of think was what's going on. Shit, like Daniel Bryan, they worked for that year to build him up to be something, and then like he gets injured for a year, you know? I don't know, it could be wrong, probably. I'm not, but, you know.
No, I like that.
It makes a bit more sense, like they just panic and go, right, put him back as the top dog, don't have him kind of, no one can get past it, I guess. I don't know. Poor decisions, as always.
Poor decisions, like Cena versus
No
Orton
trust.
again. Yeah.
I thought storyline-wise, the main event was stupid. Because now they've got 2 weeks to prepare for their own matches. Where Cena needs to be beaten up on the night for him to sell. Because now he'll just recover. Because he recovered after a week of ass kicking from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So, stupid.
I want to beat him up. I want to beat him up.
Oh my god, bro kick straight to the dome. Cookie, Ambrose wins. How should Ambrose and Rollins match at Hell in the Cell be booked?
Well, I think it's going to be clearly match of the night, and I think Ambrose should beat him clean, and possibly somebody jump off the top of the cage.
Yeah, I'm on that, but not obviously Mick Foley style, but Shawn Michaels style, like hanging at the side of the cage and then he just drops, kind of thing.
I think Seth Rollins will do that.
No, oh my god! Imagine if Seth Rollins, right? if he lays Ambrose onto the table, climbs up to the top of the cage and just does a suicide dive off the top of the cage onto Ambrose on the table, that will be some shit. That will be some shit. Like, he's gonna do something crazy. Whether we see I want to see a curb stomp on the top of the Hell in the Cell.
That'd be good.
Let's see a curb stomp on the
If they could jump off balconies and 60-foot ladders and all that, do something off the cage. They're bound to.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of Raw. Rubbish as it was. So let's go on to the Raw rating. Shugs.
5.
Okay. Cookie.
6.5.
Vicky.
7.
Ooh. Steve.
Yeah, 6 from me as well.
6. All right. Okay, we're going to go into the Raw feedback. So I shall begin. Cookie is here. So yeah, his feedback's on there, but he's here, so it's all good. Vicky also wrote, but she's here. Like she said, I'd answer, but I'm on the show this weekend. #trolling. Tony Walker says, another fail by WWE letting go Justin Roberts, and thank God we know that it's Ambrose and Rollins at Hell in the Cell. Cena Orton equals who cares, but I'm sure it will be good. 6.5 out of 10.
What am I doing? Joshua Smith?
Yep.
On the whole, a good Raw. Wasn't Ambrose heavy, which I was a bit worried about. Need to see Orton looking a bit fresh, and interested to see him versus Rollins after Ambrose and Rollins at Hell in a Cell, which is again the correct matchup. We can't expect a headline, especially of late. The quality is lacked, so you should be grateful for that small part. As for Roberts being released, is wrong and horrible. 8 out of 10.
Dazzy, he says, first hour was great. The Ambrose Cena debacle is now fully over, and yay, Orton versus Cena again. Sarcasm. The Rusev situation is still losing steam with Big Show and Big Mark. AJ and Paige's rivalry is unfortunately getting boring. Those two are better than this. Brilliant match between Ziggler and Orton. The last half an hour was a disaster. They crammed so much crap in. They just didn't need to. A pointless match just to get Nini leaks on TV, all taking time away from what could have been a better main event if it wasn't rushed. All in all, still better than recent ones, 6 out of 10. And then there's a bunch of comments by Head of Fan Relations, James Powers. He says, I don't normally comment on these certain things, but the fact Justin Roberts was released because of Michael Cunt Cole and Kevin the Dick Dunn really fucking annoys me. This man is talented and WWE used him. Yeah, from James. If anyone wants to find out a bit more about Justin Roberts, please listen to the last Jericho podcast that was on, I think it was on Friday, Talk is Jericho, because the Jericho talks with The Miz and Justin Roberts on the road as part of the American tour, and it's actually a joke. And I'd just like to say this, all right? The Miz, okay? Now, he's a ball bag, all right? He is the ultimate ball bag. But every time I say he's a ball bag, I have one constant thing in the back of my head. Okay, he's the ball bag, but his wife is Maurice. So fuck me, innit? Fuck me.
He's the real winner.
Yes. He's looking at me thinking, fuck you, blood. Look who I'm married to. Shit. So yeah, listen to it if you can with Jericho, because he talks about how he met Maurice and so on and so on. And yeah, basically, he talks about how Justin Roberts uses the announcer voice he's like the biggest G out there. You know, he picks up loads of girls and all this stuff. So just listen to it if you can. All right, that's raw feedback. We're gonna go to a break. We'll be back with Sugs Stunners, Segue Weekly Poll, part 2 of our interview with Kharma, aka Kia Stevens, Beat the Clock, semi-final 1, me versus Steve, and track of the week. So don't you miss it.
Be sure to listen to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
What?
Every Sunday with Kinny, Killa, and the Galdem Sugar Sugs.
Yes!
With all the news, views, and laughter that you want.
They like jet airplanes. They like long limousines.
Every Sunday, the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Podomatic, iTunes, and YouTube.
So why don't you choke on that, slap nut?
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's your boy Kinny Killa, also here with the Galdem Sugar Shugs. He has returned. We also have Master of the Top Rope Elbow, Steve Dawson. We have the Cookie Cutter podcaster himself, Michael Cook, and we have the Irish commodity, Vicky Earls. That was a mouthful. My mouth is dry. I need some water. Right. Smackdown in 60 seconds. We're not. There's none. Straight. There's none. We've been struggling week after week to even try and pick up the remote to try and watch Smackdown because it's so rubbish and because, well, it's just like more raw, really. So, all the seconds out there, just let us know. What do you think we should talk about instead of Smackdown? Should we talk about NXT? Should we maybe talk about, New Japan Pro Wrestling? Should we talk about ROH? What should we talk about? We could talk about anything. We could talk about the fact that I think maybe doing another show called Shit My 2-Year-Old Says. I'm serious. I'm thinking about it just because he says more funny stuff than I see on Raw, more better stuff than I see on Raw. So I'm actually thinking about it. Just let us know. Right. So Sugs Stunners, roll with it, Sugs.
Okay, so jobber of the week. I suppose all the champions lost anyway, so it could be anyone really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Sheamus.
Sheamus. Yeah. Well, he's lost twice in a row, isn't he? Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Move of the week, it's got to be RKO out of nowhere on Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
And rest of the week, MizDow.
Yes, has to be. All right, my man MizDow. Okay, so we're going to go on to the second weekly poll. It's returned. So the question this week was, should Raw go back to a 2-hour show? Now, I say yes. Shugs, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I think it's 74% of you up there. We had about 40 people. So thank you all Segheads that did the survey. So 74% of you said yes, and 26% of you said no. So just going to read out some responses. So if watching live, the adverts can be a pain, and if it's a poor show, it becomes tedious and difficult to make it to the end. So a 2-hour show would help, but the breaks need to be sorted, and most not halfway through promos or matches. Someone said, for fuck's sake, I only have been yelling this every damn Monday. They can't fill 3 hours and lose, what does the hell that say? They can't fill 3 hours, and lose a lot of other people's attentions. Someone else says, too much filler, gives too many opportunities to zone out and change channel. If the main event is an hour and 30 minutes away, why watch the next 45 to 60 minutes of non-meaningful randomly get into it? Someone said, I am sick of the constant plugging of the network. Wish they would just stop and get back to wrestling. And someone else just said, well, just killing us with the same old bull. I agree. All right. So yeah, thank you everyone for doing that. Not sure what the question will be next. But yeah, if you have a burning question, please email us, the SundaySegue@gmail.com, or yes, us at SundaySegue, Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Okay, so now it is time for part 2 of our Kharma interview. Like I said at the top of the show, we left out an emotional part. So yeah, so just enjoy.
Ed Schumann took me under his wing and said he saw something in me and he was going to make sure I was going to be a star. And he held true to his word, and he introduced me to Terry Taylor, who said, we're starting a division at TNA. And I was familiar with TNA because the DVDs of TNA, especially in the early days of TNA, were like serious crack on the streets of Tokyo. I mean, the things that, they did, the X Division did in the early days of TNA was just phenomenal. To this day, X Division is awesome. So I was just so excited about that, and they gave me a really big opportunity, a really big tryout, and it meant the world to me because at the time my mom was in the hospital dying of cancer, and they put me up against Gail Kim, someone who, I was in awe of. This is a girl who, on her first day out, won the, women's title over at WWE. So it just meant a lot. And plus, I was on American television. I'm like, hey, I'm a big star in Japan, but now I'm in America on the telly. So it meant a lot. So that's how that came about. Ed Schumann decided he was going to make me, a name in American wrestling.
And you are definitely a name. I mean, that debut on Impact, I'll never forget it because at that time, I'd been watching TNA because I'm a hardcore WWE fan, but I've been, I started watching TNA from the outset. Ken Shamrock won the title and all of that. And the X Division for the X Division, that's why I started watching it. And then it started, I kind of started stopping watching it. And then all of a sudden, you come out on Impact, and I'm thinking, what's going on? What's going on? Like, it looks like she's coming in and she means business and she's just going to deal with everyone because no one had your strength, no one had your height, no one was your size. And I just thought, you know what, she's just going to run roughshod on the Knockouts division. And I've got to start watching. I got to stick here and I got to start watching what's happening. And lo and behold, as weeks went on, the feud with you and Gail Kim, geez, that was something to definitely just encapsulate all the wrestling fans out there, especially TNA fans. It was a true David and Goliath kind of storyline. Was that one of your best feuds for you in TNA?
I have to say yes. It's a feud that definitely has not died as far as fans are concerned because it's brought up to me so often. Everywhere I go, every signing that I do, I hear how people love the feud between Gail and I. And it means a lot because her and I both went in there. And when we were in that ring, we were mortal enemies inside that ring. We believed every word written, every syllable uttered to us. We were those characters, period. She was good. I was evil. That was it. Whether or not we ate lunch earlier together over trailer 2, once we stepped in the ring, it was on and popping. And I think that chemistry and that belief, us believing this is who we are in this ring, this is our job, we have a job to do, we're going to tear each other apart, respectively. That translated on screen and in, live in the studio, and people liked it because we believed it, we wanted it, we were hungry for it. There was this division on our shoulders, and everything that from your first bump, this is what we were working towards and for, this kind of respect.
Oh, man, I mean, there was a series of matches in 2008. I believe you lot had a pay-per-view match. It may have been at Destination X. I can't quite remember, but that match, you lot tore the ring up, and I mean, Gail's still doing it today. I mean, she had a really, really an amazing match with Terrence Terrell, and it just reminded me of how you two, your feud. I mean, you made an impact on quite a few female wrestlers. I mean, you look at the the $25,000 challenge that brought in Taylor Wilde, that feud there. Just I mean, I interviewed ODB last month, and she said you were one of her favorite feuds that she had in TNA. But further on in your TNA career, I mean, you entered Rashida Saeed, who's also Alyssa Flash. Then you had Raka Khan. So you had what did they call you? What was your group called again?
The Contourage.
Yeah, the Contourage, man. That was sweet. that was definitely sweet. But obviously, sometimes things come to an end. So let's get into your departure from TNA. 2010 now. What happened there? Because all I know, it had something to do with, Bubba the Love Sponge.
No, did not.
Oh, okay. So this is why I want to get it out there. What actually happened? What was the the beef per se?
There is a combination of a lot of things. It's let's see. Well, Ed Schumann had died.
Sorry to hear.
Really. 3 or 4 days before, not even 3 days, like 48 hours before the whole beef with Bubba came out, which was part of it, because, this was a very important man to me, and I hadn't slept since then. I was raising money for Haiti. I was half out of my mind. People, were coming in, they're talking about they're designing a new studio, but yet, some of the wrestlers are overdrafting their bank accounts, people's lights aren't on,
No.
It's like, wow, we're doing the work, but we're not growing with the company. A lot of the people that did the hard work and got the ratings that, TNA got to get the money that they got in the end weren't rewarded. They didn't grow with the company, financially. So that was an issue. A big issue, because I was TNA all the way. I was all about making it, as big as it can possibly be. And I bought everything that the administrators, said hook, line, and sinker, and I was all for it for a very long time until I just got hip. They're going to keep feeding us garbage if we keep swallowing it. And love of wrestling only takes you so far. Like, you take Gail, for instance. She has the best job in wrestling right now because she does not have to worry about money at all. And at TNA, the great thing about TNA is there is a lot of creative license there. As a performer, you get a lot of say in what you want to do and a lot of ideas. If you want to throw out ideas, yeah, they'll take them and use them, and that's a good thing, and it's a great thing, and that's fun. But as a performer, as a wrestling performer, you only get so many years in this business, so you have to make your money while you're in it. And being at TNA, it was just enough. It was a living for then. But I had to worry about, when I retire, what happens to me when I retire. And that's what these kids today need to think about as well.
So, obviously, TNA's loss was WWE's game, because at Extreme Rules, you made your first appearance in the WWE ring, took out Michelle McCool. And I mean, I'll talk about my reaction after. But what was your feeling about it? Your first appearance on WWE TV, and how did this all come about?
It's not often that people get, exactly what they want. Exactly what they want. But I did. I debuted over there at Tampa Bay Forum, which was a seriously, it was a stone's throw from my old apartment. Like, from my balcony, I could see the Tampa Bay Forum. And when WWE was in town, when I used to live down there, I would stand out and watch, forlongingly their fans and hear some of the music and go, oh, well, maybe someday. And to debut there was just, it was awesome. I was actually locked into a really long no compete clause with TNA.
Oh, wow, okay.
And which didn't make sense to me because they kept telling me, well, WWE isn't going to want you, because I asked out of my contract, and they said, well, you have this much to go, and we're going to hold you to that, and WWE doesn't want you anyway. I'm like, well, if they don't want me, why not just cut me loose if you have nothing to worry about? I don't understand. But they fought hard, and we came to a compromise, which was still a little long for me, but it was about 9 months, and WWE came calling in about 6, and I had to let them know I still got 3 months, to serve time. But after that 3 months was up, we made a deal, and
boom, you're in.
Boom. Yeah, I mean, originally they came calling and they were considering me for their NXT deal, but once the deal was made, I was just offered a booking contract and made, we collaborated on ideas on what to do, and they took my debut extremely seriously. I know they do all their debuts, but maybe because it was just me and it was my experience, but I felt like, wow, this is serious, Kia. So you got to go in here and do your thing. Whatever magic you got left, you got to scrape it all together and blow it out there, because these people are like for real with it. And it was awesome. My debut was awesome. It was great.
Oh man, I tell you what, when I started seeing them vignettes, woo! I was just, that was it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A lot of the IWC were going crazy. They couldn't believe we were going to see you in the WWE ring. It was just mental. We really thought you were just going to, for ages everyone was shouting, the Divas division or the women's division it's just not what it used to be. It needs someone like, Awesome Kong to come in and just do her thing and just beat up everyone. And then all of a sudden, we see your vignettes, and I'm like, wow. The name Kharma, did that come from you?
It did.
Okay, I like that, because it was like, what made you? Oh, or actually, I could probably guess, but I'll let you say what are your reasons behind the name.
Well, my reasons behind the name is because it's actually something that I really, really do live by. I really believe that you get what you put out in the world. And if you get good, you get good. You put out bad, you get bad. And I came up with a bunch of just ridiculous names that I thought WWE would want me to be, seen as like I was breaking the mold in this, deal.
Please tell us one. Please tell us one. Exclusive right now.
One I remember was Barcissa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was Barcissa Be Wicked. And I was so excited I came up with this delicious, evil, ridiculous name. And they were like, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so I kept up with these. I mean, they were ridiculous, corny 1980s name. They kept saying no. So they were like, what would you like? They're like, if you had a magic wand, what would you be? And I submitted Kharma, and that's the one I got. And I thought it was gonna be too soft and pretty of a name, but I forgot that Kharma is a bitch, and so and I put the H in there because I figured it would have to be a name that they could trademark, and they grabbed it. And speaking of which, it leads me to the project that I'm doing now, which is I'm launching a Kickstarter today, and it's a website, and it's all about tracking your good deeds. So, for instance, if you were to buy a cup of coffee for someone and you were to stamp it with one of our stamps that's available at the website for purchase, that person can then go into the website, log in, and say, hey, this person bought me this cup of coffee. That was awesome. It really brightened my day, and I plan to pass it on. And with that special serial number, you can see how far your one good deed goes and travels throughout the world.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh man, that's amazing. See, smart. Not only a really good wrestler, but a smart businesswoman as well. So when you came in, there was this big thing about it, and I just remember you taking up Michelle McCool, and then I remember you coming on Raw. I saw Kelly in the ring. I saw Maurice in the ring. I thought, here we go. These girls are getting their ass kicked. You come in the ring, pick up Maurice. The rest is history. Now I'm thinking, okay, why Kelly? So now, whose idea was it to have this storyline when you came in, with Kelly?
I don't know.
It weren't yours.
I have no idea. They could have told me to run out there and skip rope around the ring, and I would have been happy to do it.
Yeah.
Still would be happy to do it. But they had the storyline with Kelly. I have no idea where it was going. I don't know if it was a weird homoerotic fixation with her. I have no idea. People keep asking me. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I left before I could find out. So I am in just as much suspense as everybody else is. Where that was going. To me, it felt like, kind of a protective, a weird fixation with, this chick. I hate you, but I hate you, but I'm fixated on you, but I can't stand you. You're everything I want to be, or not. I have no idea. I have a lot of guesses. That's probably as far off as everybody else is guessing.
Mm-hmm. I just don't understand why they didn't have you just run roughshod, and then obviously they have someone just to try and obviously be the the face, the big baby face comeback. Was Gail there at the time? Did Gail come?
She was on her way out.
Okay, oh my god, see,
she was. It was like really within weeks her contract was going to be up.
Oh man, and they could have just brought up your history, and obviously without mentioning TNA and this everything, it could have worked. But obviously, WWE don't like to have any kind of reference to TNA per se. But nevertheless, you never actually made an official one-on-one match in that short spell. You took off for your own reasons, but then you returned in an amazing surprise at the Rumble. I still marking up now, just remembering it. That must have been like a massive feeling for you, to return to the WWE ring and become the only third woman to be entered into the Royal Rumble.
First black woman.
Yes.
There you go. All right, this is where black comes in first.
Amen to that, sister. Amen to that.
All right, there we go. Yeah, it was surreal, man. I had, it takes a lot to get me jelly-legged. I've been in house party shootouts, you name it. It's ridiculous, okay? I've been in some crazy-ass situations. But that situation, I could not feel my legs, and the deafening roar of the crowd when that piano hit the floor, it was cool. And you can't break. And if anyone who really knows, who's really met and knows me, knows I'm a 180 from the character you see on the TV, and so I'm a very silly and sweet, soft person. So unlike Kong, and I'm more like Margaret. I don't know if a lot of my fans, they don't know who Margaret is. But if you ever watched my stuff from Japan in Hustle, I'm more like Margaret than I am like Kong.
Wasn't Margaret like a comedic character?
She was kind of like a comedic character. She wore a yellow tutu, and took daisies down to the ring and skipped and had, like a girly headband and tights and all the works. It was awesome.
All segments out there. Make sure you look on YouTube and see if you can find it.
Right. It is something to behold, Margaret. And then you had Aja Kong as Erica and like pink and polka dots, and you were just, it was awesome. And my character, Margaret, was like the the sweet big girl who didn't know her own strength, who wanted to just like hug and pet everything to death. And that's not necessarily me. I'm just the sweet part. But going into the Royal Rumble, to this day, it's a blur, but I will never forget the tangible energy coursing through my body and the awesome work, because I'm a big mark for a lot of the guys that are on the TV to this day, and to be in the ring with them, it's just like, oh my god, I got the best seat in the house. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh man, I mean, it was just amazing to see you out there. And then, not too long after that, we hear that you've severed your ties from WWE. Everyone was really shocked. I mean, I believe you wanted to kind of do your own stuff and probably work on your life after wrestling and so on. But I mean, are you still on good terms?
I would hope so. It's my situation is a unique one. I mean, I'm not allowed. It's not funny, but it's funny because it's just a unique one. I mean, I had a extremely large push, and then I had a personal situation that just was really bad timing, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I don't have any words, and for those who don't know, that situation ended in tragedy. And so there was a really big loss that I suffered publicly, and it was just, in order to be on the road, your mind has to be in the game. And I just couldn't get my mind in the game, even with the kickoff of the Royal Rumble, which was, aimed to be kind of like a spirit lifter, which it was. Still afterwards, it was just hard to get myself in the game and get to where I needed to be on the road full time.
So, are you? It's this is the burning question everyone wants to know. Are you, planning on going back? Is that what you're working towards? Is wrestling, just going to be a part-time thing?
I have one situation that's preventing me from going back to WWE, and that's a bulging disc.
Okay.
And actually, it's two. It's
Wow.
2 bulging discs in my back.
Okay.
And not a lot of people know about that either, but it's 2 bulging discs, and I just went to the Laser Spine Institute Tuesday before last, and we'll see about shaving down these discs so that when I walk, it doesn't feel like, electric static in between my spine every step.
Wow. Well, we hope you, speedy recovery and just obviously, I hope personally to see you back in the WWE ring, because I mean, without you, it ain't going nowhere.
Oh,
it ain't.
stop.
Nah, seriously, that division without you, I could just see it right now. Paige and Kharma, that's it. Even AJ, just one of them two, and it's all good. But without you, it ain't going nowhere, and simple as that. Sarah Del Rey's doing a good job out there right now, and
isn't she?
To have you in that mix would just wow, So
imagine Sarah and I tagging together.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that just be awesome? I would pop for that myself, because she is the best technical wrestler besides Jazz that I've ever met, and she has size and strength, and she's got it all, man. And speed and know-how and heart and all that. And man, if I could tag with her and just run through bitches, I mean, we would just run. Oh God, just clean house just for a good 24 months straight.
All right, so what I want to do now is end the interview with the question I always end with. What does the future hold for the amazing Kong Kia Stevens?
The future holds good deeds. As I mentioned, I'm launching a Kickstarter, and I want to be like the Johnny Appleseed of good deeds and plant goodness in the world and make the world a little less shittier or crappier or whatever. I'm not trying to, bring in world peace, and it doesn't have to be totally harmonious, but I just want to go outside and know that it's just, I made the world a little less crappier. That's it. Good deeds. So I want everyone to visit my Twitter page because you'll get a link to my Kickstarter. And I want you to dig in your pockets and give. And if you don't give, I want you to go out there and do a good deed. Don't wait for my website. Do a good deed, film it, give it to us. We'll put it on the YouTube page and just really make a difference. But I'd like for everyone to be able to track at least one string of good deeds that they did, because it really does feel good when you see that you've made a difference in someone's day.
Okay, and where can your fans, your UK fans, find you on Twitter?
You can find me at, you guessed it, Kharma, KHARMA, and all day long. Usually, I haven't tweeted in a long time. It's funny, I've gone from winning awards for tweeting to just not tweeting at all. But I'm ready to come out of the shadows and be social again. And with this, I think this is going to help a lot.
Well, here at Sunday Segue, we'll do anything to spread the word over, this neck of the woods, just to make sure that they know about your projects and what you're trying to do, always happy to help. I just want to, say thank you very much again for giving us the opportunity to speak with you. I know all the Seg heads out there, all the fans are going to just love this when it comes out. And, I just, wish you all the luck all the best.
Thank you, Kinny. I appreciate it.
And there you have it. What an amazing interview. I still can't believe that I sat down for an hour and spoke to Kia Stevens, aka Kharma. She's an amazing down-to-earth woman, a complete 180 of the Kharma character, as she just described. So, you can follow her. That's at Kharma with an H. Just follow her on Twitter. She welcomes all your tweets. Also, please make sure you follow her new startup project, which is Good Tracker Kharma. Good Karma Tracker. So people can track their good deeds and karma on the internet. So make sure you check that out. We and Max Wrestling Magazine are currently working with Kharma and her management team to create a logo for this new project. So yay to us for helping. So thank you, Kia, for everything. And we'll keep in touch. All right, people. So it is time for Beat the Clock. Semi-finals one, me versus Steve. Master top rope elbow. Let's do the damn thing. Shugs, have you got the questions from James?
Yep, I certainly do.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
All right. Take it away, Quizmaster.
So, Steve, do you want to go with question set A or B?
I'll go for A for Alexis.
Okay, A for Alexis, Mr. Sanchez. So I'm getting the timer started now. Stopwatch. So, do you know the rules?
I know the rules, mate.
And you're going question set A. Okay. Yep. So, in 3, 2, 1, go. At No Mercy 2004, who was the defending US champ? No.
Carlito?
No.
Cena? Pass.
Has Chris Jericho wrestled under the name Lionheart? Has he wrestled under the name Lionheart? Yes.
Yes.
Whose finishing move is the Bulletin?
Bulletin?
The Bulletin.
Blimey. The what? Oh, the Bolton. Oh, that's
Who did
Tarico.
Cody Rhodes make his WWE debut against?
Ted DiBiase.
No.
Marco Holly.
Who
Pass.
won the 1997 Royal Rumble match?
Oh, 97. Austin.
Elimination Chamber 2010. Who was defending WWE champ?
Jericho. Oh, bloody hell, I'm gone blank. Flipping heck. Cena. Oh, bloody hell, pass.
I'll give you an extra 5 seconds
disaster.
because of my Bolton question.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Kinny, question set B.
Yeah, man.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so in 3, 2, 1, go. No, No Mercy 2004. Who was the defending WWE champ? Yeah.
JBL?
Has Daniel Bryan wrestled under the name The American Knight?
No.
Whose finisher is Dark Matter?
Yep. Stardust.
Who did Brock Lesnar debut against?
Oh, fuck. Hugh Morris? Spike Dudley? Jeff Hardy?
Who won the 2000 Royal Rumble match?
2000 Royal Rumble match?
Yes.
The Rock?
Elimination Chamber 2010. Who was defending World Heavyweight Champ? No.
Edge?
Yes.
Oh, Undertaker?
Where does Triple H build from?
Greenwich, Connecticut? No.
That's right.
Oh,
Monty
fuck.
Sop is whose
Is it?
real name?
Oh.
Monty
Who?
Sop is whose real name?
Oh,
Time's
fuck.
up.
Oh.
But that's really good. Should have known that. Wow,
Kip Sop.
Maybe it's Monty Kip Sop. James did the questions. Don't
English
shoot
wouldn't have
the
got that one
messenger.
wrong.
So Kinny got
Okay.
1,
Yeah,
2,
true, sorry.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got them all right. Pat Monty Sop.
Monty Sop. Shit, it is Greenwich, Connecticut. For some reason, I thought that was wrong.
So Kinny takes the day. 7-3. Another
Shit.
Well done,
hammering
mate.
for the Gunners.
I'm used to it, mate. I'm used to it this season.
Wow. Steve was my bogey. So,
Yeah.
boy, it could be me and Shugs in the final.
Bloody hell.
It could be me against Shugs. That was-
I knew all your questions though. That's bloody annoying. I picked the wrong set.
What was Steve's one? Shugs?
Okay, so the answers, and let's remember these weren't written by me. So, defending US champ, No Mercy 2004, Booker T.
Bloody hell.
Got the Chris Jericho one right, the Al Dorito right. Who did Cody Rhodes make his WWE debut against? Randy Orton. And Elimination Chamber 2010, who was defending champ? Sheamus.
Wow. Steve, well played, mate.
Well played.
Yeah. No, all right, so I'm in the final. I am in the final. Not sure when it's going to be yet. We might have a few shows before we reach the final. We might do the final on our 100th show, maybe. But that may be a bit too long, so who knows? Anyway, that's the end of the show, people. That is the end of the show. Make sure you remember that the 1st of November is Retro Roundtable. We are looking at Survivor Series 91. Hulk Hogan's Bravest Challenge with me and the Cookie podcaster himself, joined by our mate Billy the Mark Johnson. So yeah, there you go, end of the show. Oh man, what a show it was. Can't do this without the lovely guests. So I'd like to thank Irish Commodity Vicky Earls. Thank you very much. Let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter.
At Vicky Earls.
Oh yeah. Also, I'd like to thank Master of the Top Rope, Steve Dawson. Oh man, Steve. Thanks, mate.
That's alright. Anytime, mate.
Let me know where they can find you.
Yep, top rip elbow.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Also, we'll talk a bit later about this whole WrestleCon thing because I think we need to all go to WrestleCon and try and fucking blag some interviews some way or another. Cookie. Yeah, thanks, mate. 1st of November, we got to do the damn thing again. Let the people know where they can find you.
At the M Cook.
M. Cook. He is also the writer for the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on Max Wrestling Magazine. So, thank you, Michael. And I can't do this without the goddamn Sugar. Shugs, obviously.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, indeed. Now, no, in the words of, like I said, no one did send me shit, so sorry about your damn luck. But there is track of the week. People have let me know which tracks that was their favourite tracks.
Yankum.
And I picked out of the hat, and what came up, it is none other than The Brood. So,
yes.
Yeah, track of the week is by The Brood. Be red. That comes by Professor TNA, that's right, Emrod Mike Rodriguez, who I should hope to get on the show soon. So, again, track of the week by The Brood, and if you don't like that, you can choke on that, slap nuts. Woo!